Welcome, collective. Thank you guys very much for joining me today, and thank you guys for all of your likes, all your subscribes, all of your views, and your great positive comments, guys. You're absolutely awesome, and your support is truly appreciated, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into your tarot read today. So, where are we going to start with the collective's tarot read today? So I'm getting pulled to a deck. Oh, no, I got told tokens. But that's the deck that got chosen for your read today. So Spirit wants to start with tokens. We got 1, 2, and 3. 3 works for us. So that's where we'll get started with your read today. So the first coin that popped forward is the Emperor coin. So the Emperor coin, we also have the Chariot and positive forward movement. Sometimes a Cancer energy. Also the Wheel of Fortune came forward here too. So I don't know if somebody's turning their own wheel of fortune and making some positive progress towards something. I'm not sure. We're going to pull on this deck, which is what I got told to do to begin with. This was the one that got chosen for your read today. So what does Spirit have to say? Ooh, bad forces blocking time. Okay, this is weird. This card says June on it. I gotta tell you, it says the month of June. That is Cancer energy, like the Chariot card, guys. That is Cancer energy. It says follow the road less traveled. And this bad force is blocking time. It says something or someone is not good for you. So there might be a need to sort of reevaluate something that's in your life, or someone that's in your life, or something that's going on around you. And it might be a situation that's not healthy. It might be a situation that's toxic. Divine timing must unfold in its own time. Interesting, divine timing coming into play. Can you give me a few more here, Spirit? Let's find out what's going on for the collective here. What is going on? Closing times. Worth waiting for. You know what? I get this distinct impression, whatever this thing is that's being toxic in your life, that's not bringing positive energy into your life, it might actually be taking positive energy away. It's like it's stalling. This divine timing is coming into play. So you do have blessings. You do have blessings that are waiting for you. You do have some sort of wheel of fortune turning, but it's like it's refusing to turn until you get rid of this toxicity. I think whatever's coming your way, there's no room for you to take advantage of it or enjoy it until this piece of things is gone. It's like this piece of things is taking up space where it shouldn't be, or it's bringing too much negativity, and that will affect, if this blessing steps forward, it's going to affect you maybe A, being able to recognize it, or B, being able to enjoy it or take advantage of it. Taurus season, invest in what offers stability. Because that Taurus, that's earth energy. That's very grounded energy. And this may be part of what's going on with this thing that's not good for you, or this person that's not good for you, this thing that's sort of blocking your blessing coming forward. There may be a need to sort of look at things in a more practical way. Okay, is this working for me? Is this working for me? Is this bringing positivity into my life? Is this adding to my life, or is this taking away from my life? And if it's adding, what is it adding? Is it adding positivity, or is it adding stress? Is this thing stressing you out? January. Another chance to get it right. I feel cycles in January, because it does sort of come with the new year, right? A new cycle, a new year. I do feel like that's the message behind this card. Like it's time to start a new cycle, because we do have this closing time, like closing the door. It comes into this whatever this bad forces blocking time card is talking about, this toxicity that you're having in your life. It's like it's time to close the door on this, and it's time to start a new chapter. It's time to make space for a blessing to come forward. Libra season. Weigh each option and its consequence. And that's what I was feeling in this Taurus too, is sort of take a step back and look at this thing, this toxic thing, or whatever this thing is that you're dealing with. Is it giving you what you need? Is it bringing positivity and blessings into your life? Or is it bringing stress and toxicity? Because you know what's going on in your life. You know if this thing is what you need, or if this thing is sort of wasting your time. I got an hourglass here, race against time. I don't feel urgency in it. I just feel like it's time to consider. Time to consider. How do you want to spend your time? Do you want to spend your time working on whatever this thing is, or staying in this situation? Or do you want to spend your time and energy on something else? Because I know divine timing is coming into play. So whatever this blessing is, it's like being held back. It's being held back until you remove this toxicity. Lost in time. Get clear on your desires. You must know where you're going. See, there's like a need here to sort of reevaluate things. To reevaluate whatever it is you're going through right now, whatever this situation is, whatever this bad forces blocking time card is speaking to you. Because for some of you, this might be a situation that you're in. For some of you, this might actually be referring to a person you're dealing with too. Scorpio season. Take time to think things through. Don't obsess over results. Interesting. But we keep getting think things through. Think things through. Get clear on your desires. Increase your focus. Weigh each option and consequences. There's a lot going on here that's speaking to taking a realistic look at sort of where you're at and what's going on around you. I think it's like time to purge something that's no longer serving you. That's what you're being encouraged to do. You're being encouraged to let go of something that is not contributing to your life in a positive way. It's like it's bringing stresses. It's bringing stresses in farther in the future. Yeah, whatever, I gotta tell you, whatever your blessing is that you're waiting for, that this Wheel of Fortune coin is speaking to, it's like, I feel like it's waiting for you, but as to when it's going to come forward, it's like it's up to you. It's like it's up to you, and it can't come forward or step forward until this other piece of things has been dealt with. That's like Spirit's hanging on to it. Spirit's hanging on to it. So the longer you stay in this situation, whatever this is, this bad forces card is talking about, like the farther away your blessing gets, because there's no space for it to come forward. The toxicity is taking up the space where this blessing is supposed to be. When you stop time, you'll decide to walk away. Time's up, had enough, exhausted. You know better. See, somewhere deep down inside, I think you know that this thing is toxic for you, whatever the situation is, and that it's not bringing you what you need, and it's not contributing in a positive way to your life. For whatever reason, you do feel tied to it, and it might be emotions. You feel emotionally tied to it, and it's hard to sort of release that and let go. And that's why we're getting all these other cards about sort of taking, stepping back and taking a different look at things. And I feel in a lot of those cards like pulling emotion out of it and just taking a logical look at it. What does this thing bring to my life on a daily basis? How does it make me feel? What does it give to me? What does it contribute to me? And within that, being able to find your truth. Pisces season. Do what aligns with your spirituality. So this is a trusting your intuition too. Trust your intuition. I think deep down inside you already know. I don't think I'm telling you anything you don't already know. I think deep down inside your intuition is already trying to guide you and tell you which way to go with this. Like I said, I just feel like there's emotions involved too. And sometimes it's really hard to let that piece of things go. And it's like what we want to do and what we need to do are two different things sometimes. And I do feel that's what it's speaking to here. It's really hard to let whatever this is go and really admit to yourself and sort of come to that realization that it's not going to become what you want it to become. I think that's very disappointing, and I think it's heartbreaking. Springtimes, the answers lie in newness. So whatever it is that you're wanting to have, whatever it is you're desiring, it's in the new. It's in the new. It's not in the situation that you're in right now. You won't receive it in that. You have to seek out a new situation. That is a beautiful image, by the way. Hold that closer. That is absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors in that. And festive times. Finding the joy in life again. Yeah, because I feel a lot of heavy emotions going on with all of this too. Because I think whatever this is, it brings stress into your life. And it's not meant to. Whatever it is that you took on and that you're sort of having trouble letting go of, it's something that was meant to bring you joy. It's something that you were hoping would turn into something that brought you joy and brought you happiness and abundance and blessings. Whatever it is, it's not going that way. It isn't. All the cards are saying new. It's time to move into something new. It's time to allow this piece of things to go and to step into something new, because that's where your blessing lies. Your blessing lies in the new. Worth waiting for or not worth waiting for. You know, it's funny because I got worth waiting for and I got not worth waiting for. But in this worth waiting for, this is something that is not in your life yet. This is part of the new situation. This not worth waiting for is where you're sitting at right now. Because like I said, I feel like you feel like it could become something. And maybe this is why you've stayed in this situation for as long as you have, and why you're having trouble sort of releasing it, is because you have sort of this hope or this vision of what this could be if other things could come into play. Like if this is another person, maybe it's if this other person chose to step up and change or evolve. If this is a situation that you're in, if maybe another opportunity would come forward or things would open up for you, it could be something great. It could be a huge blessing. But I got to tell you, whatever this is, I just keep feeling stagnant. There's no change that's going to come with it. It's going to stay the same. It's going to stay the same in what it's at. Yeah, you already know. And that's what I felt with this when you are the Pisces and your intuition. You already know. You already know what you should be doing. It even says trust your intuition. You already know what this situation is going to be. Deep down inside, you know it's not going anywhere, and it's not going to give you what you need. Virgo season. Take practical steps towards your goal. So Virgo, Taurus, these are earth energies. These are really practical energies. They're very grounded. They're about building. You are being encouraged to take, like I said, a pretty frank look at whatever it is that you're going through. Whatever that card represents, the something, someone is not good for you, that bad force is blocking time. Because that's what's blocking your blessing from coming forward. It's someone or something that is taking up your time and your energy and stalling your journey to finding your blessings. I'm being told to stop with this deck and to pull a tarot deck. So what tarot deck belongs to the collective's read today? Which one? Which one? I get pulled way over to the edge here. So let's see what we got with this guy here. And we'll see what comes forward. Can you please clarify this message for the collective? These two and those two. Oh, that one wanted to pop out. The Emperor. Okay, that's the second time. So the Emperor is an Aries energy as well, I'll tell you. Popped out, because it popped out a second time, I'm just mentioning it. I don't know if this is like speaking to someone or if this is more to you. I need more clarity on that Emperor. 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. See, I feel your energy in the 9 of Wands. I feel like you've been battling for this. You've been wanting this to become something. I also feel defenses up too. And I feel it pulled towards the Emperor. I think this Emperor is representative of the negative thing or person that you're dealing with. It's like you're always having to be on your guard with this person too. I don't know. It's like they want their way or the highway. I don't get a nice vibe off of it. It's funny because I get a nice vibe off of the Emperor coin, but I don't get a nice vibe off of the Emperor card, which is really confusing. It's just like this person wants to control everything that's going on. And I think they do have a level of control because they've been allowed to have that level of control for however long. I do believe you're being encouraged to take it back. And I think this is where this Emperor coin fits in and why I don't get a negative vibe off of the coin. I think you are being encouraged to step up into that Emperor role. So instead of giving that Emperor role to somebody else, where somebody else is in control, where somebody else has authority or is being allowed to sort of make decisions about what's going on, it's time to take that back and be that for yourself. Say, no, I am not going to allow negativity or toxicity in my life anymore. This is not a positive situation for me. This is not turning into what I hoped it would be. And so now I need to do what's right for me, and I need to be my own Emperor, and I need to make my own positive progress and my own positive choices for myself that take me in a better direction. Because I think you're responsible for turning your own wheel of fortune ultimately. It's funny because I'll tell you what else I feel in this Wheel of Fortune kind. There is some sort of tie to the spiritual realm. And I do feel like it's your blessing being held back too. But it ultimately, that Wheel of Fortune turning starts with you and starts with your choice and taking back your Emperor power. Taking back your power and not allowing anybody else to keep making decisions about your life. 6 of Cups. I will tell you too with this 6 of Cups, I don't think things were always like this. I think you're used to being, in the past, kind of independent and making choices for yourself. I don't want to tell you like you totally gave that up, but I do feel like there's a lot of compromise here with whatever the situation is, whoever that emperor represents or whatever that emperor represents, in sort of allowing that thing to have, or that person to have, a level of control, hoping it would become sort of a fruitful partnership, hoping you would start to see the fruits of your labor with all the effort that you put into it. So I do feel like there was some compromise within that. And I feel like it just kind of kept going with the compromise, until it's like, fuck, I never used to compromise like this before. Man, there was a time where if something like this wasn't working, I'd just be like, see ya. And I'd walk away and I'd go find another situation. I feel like it's time to get back to that, because I feel like that is your authentic self. That is your true and authentic self. And that is you as this emperor. That is your emperor energy. And it's time to get back to that. I also feel that this situation did come about for a reason. And I have the Eight of Pentacles. It is the Apprentice card. It is about learning. And I do feel like in part this was a lesson for you so that you could learn the true value of maintaining that emperor energy for yourself. And no matter what situation you got into. And yes, some situations do involve compromise to find success. Certain partnerships, sometimes you have to compromise, but there's a limit to the compromise. And I do feel like you went over that limit in this situation. And I do feel like whatever this Wheel of Fortune is, this blessing coming forward for you, I do feel like this is a lesson that will have to apply in that. And that's how you'll get the best results. So I don't know if this is like a new person coming into your life and a new relationship that's going to start up. And by being able to sort of set the tone that there are certain things you're not going to compromise on and certain values that you're not going to give on, is going to actually give you the best result with whoever this new person is, or with this new situation is the same thing too. It's like setting your boundaries, setting your expectations. So I do feel like this was a valuable lesson for you because it helped you to sort of come back around and see the value of that emperor energy that you've always possessed. And to see that there are some things that are not worth compromising as well. The Nine of Swords. And don't worry about the future. Because whatever this thing is, this is not like your only hope for happiness either. Whatever this is, it's okay to release this. You're not going to be alone or lonely forever. You're not going to be destitute or go without forever because you've released this thing. This is not your only option. This is not your only option. I'm going to grab a few more here because I do see in that Nine of Swords, I do see worry. Worry about stepping away from this thing. But don't worry, even though it's disappointing if you bring this thing to an end because you're letting go of something that sort of what you hoped it would become. You do have a blessing waiting for you in the future. Like I said, that farther in the future, that is entirely up to you. The when is in your hands. The when is in your hands. That blessing cannot come forward until there's space for it. I'm going to tell you, whatever this emperor represents to you, if this is a person, this is somebody who wants to keep you stuck in the situation that you're in. Okay, this is somebody who does not want you to move on. This is somebody who does not want you to sort of get away. It's somebody who doesn't want you to sort of flip the switch and get back to your emperor energy and start turning your own Wheel of Fortune. They like the dynamic that's going on here. This is somebody who enjoys the way that things are going. So if this is some sort of a partnership that you're hoping is going to bloom and change into something different, it won't, because that takes two people and two people contributing to a common goal. This person's goal does not align with yours. This is somebody who likes having that position of power, who likes having that position of authority, who likes calling the shots. They don't want an even give and take. They don't want this to happen. The Ace of Pentacles. Page of Wands. So I gotta tell you, because I am getting the warning from my guides, I would be careful about what this person says. I have this distinct impression that if you pull the plug on this, whatever it is, and you go to walk away, and this emperor is speaking to a person, this is somebody who's going to come back and try and tell you what you want to hear. Okay, no, it's okay, we'll change, we'll do things the way that you want, I'll compromise more. They don't have They're not going to. They're not going to. They're coming forward like Page of Wands. And what I see in this Page of Wands, I'm going to show you this card. I see sneakiness and I see strategy. I see somebody who's trying to keep you around and somebody who's trying to keep you from moving away, from moving forward, from being independent. This is somebody who likes the control. So I would be very cautious about being talked into staying in this situation. Because like I said, you already know that this is toxic. You already know that this is unhealthy. You already know that this is not going to go where you want it to go. Like, your intuition knows what the truth is here. Your intuition is not lying to you. Your intuition is telling you what's up. The Hermit card, you are better off without this thing. Whether this is a person or a situation, you are better off without this. You are better off. The Tower card. I have the Tower next to Judgment here. I'm going to tell you too, whether this thing ends or not, I feel like this is up to you. I don't think this person is going to step away. If this Emperor is a person, they're not going to be the one to pull the plug here. Because they're getting what they need out of this. They're being in charge. They're getting their way. They like the dynamic. This person isn't going anywhere. If you want this to end, you would be the one to pull the plug. If this is a different kind of situation, you would still have to be the one to walk away from it. You would have to choose the ending, because I don't feel like circumstance in any other way is just going to bring this to a close. This is something you have to do for yourself. And I also feel this is part of your Eight of Pentacles and part of your lesson to be learned, that you have control over the situation that you're in your life. You can choose to walk away from something. You can choose to stay, to leave, to move to something different. You have power in your life. You have power to make choices. I keep thinking like this is part of your lesson. Spirit keeps saying this is part of your lesson and something that you have to recognize for yourself. Yeah, exactly. The Three of Wands. You can choose to leave this in the past and to start a new adventure moving forward. You're not stuck anywhere. You're not stuck anywhere and you're not stuck in anything. It doesn't mean that change is easy or making a transition is going to be easy moving from one situation to the next, but you can still choose to do it. You still have the power to choose that. Now you are being encouraged to move out of this. The King of Pentacles. Who are you and where do you sit? So that could be Taurus or Virgo energy too. King of Swords. What? Queen of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. That's interesting. Okay, so I also see a choice here between energies. Between people's energies. You're going to have a choice. You are going to have a choice here. I see your energy more in the Queen of Pentacles here. So that does not necessarily mean that this read is for a woman. It could still be for a man. We all have masculine energies and we have feminine energies. Each of us do. And that feminine energy just tends to be a little bit softer and it sort of sits back and allows things to come to it. It tends to be a little bit more nurturing, where the masculine energy is a little bit more aggressive. A little bit more aggressive, a little bit more assertive. King of Pentacles. I gotta tell you what I got here. This is like this Queen of Pentacles, and I'll show you the card. It's like deciding who she gives that pentacle to. Deciding who she gives her loyalty to. I feel like you need to start being, and it's not like you never were, but maybe a little bit more choosy about who you give your pentacle to, who you give your loyalty to, who you give your heart to. Because I gotta tell you, that's so interesting, because I feel the same sort of deep thinking energy in this King of Pentacles card. So I feel a duality in this card. I feel like in part it actually speaks to the flip side of this Queen of Pentacles and being more choosy and being more assertive with who we give our softness to, who we give our heart to, who we open up to, and who or what we invest in. I also feel a secondary energy, and I feel it's very important that this card appeared next to the King of Swords. So I feel like there's going to be a choice here. You're going to have a choice. I do feel like old and new. This King of Swords, this represents the old. This is emotionally unavailable. This is somebody who strategizes, somebody who keeps their shit to themselves. Don't talk about their true thoughts. Don't talk about their true feelings. There's always strategy. There's strategy to what they do, and that's why they like being in control, and that's how they kind of stay in a position of control. They're like this King of Swords. And I don't feel like this Queen of Pentacles energy wants to give to that King of Swords anymore. Like, that King of Swords is not somebody who's going to reciprocate. That King of Swords has their own agenda. The Eight of Swords. But it is up to you at the end of the day to find your way out of this Eight of Swords. To realize this for yourself. And like I said, your intuition already knows. Your intuition is already telling you what's going on and telling you what you need to do in this situation, telling you what you need to hear in this situation, but it's up to you to listen to it. It's up to you to listen to it at the end of the day. The Two of Wands, because I feel this sense of waiting with the Two of Wands. It's interesting because you've already somewhere deep down inside kind of chosen what you need to do, because your intuition has said it. It's like you know, but you're still waiting to move on it. You're waiting to move on it. I don't know if you're hoping for this other side of things to kind of do something or be the one to pull the plug. I don't see that person doing it. I don't see them pulling the plug. I don't see them being the one to leave. See that this Tower is going to have to be your judgment call. Bringing this to a close is going to have to be your judgment call. The Ten of Swords is a disappointing ending, but it's one that benefits you in the long run. Because, like I said, there is a blessing waiting for you with your Wheel of Fortune, waiting to turn, but that cannot happen until this toxicity is gone. This toxicity needs to leave to make space for what you want to come forward. The Hangman. I keep feeling like this one's up to you guys. This one is up to you. How this goes, when this goes, whether you reach that blessing or not. All of it's up to you. Divine timing has got this blessing sort of hanging. It's got to kind of set aside for you until there's space. Until there's space for it. Whoever this King of Swords, this Emperor is representing, or whatever this is representing, this is taking up the space. Your blessing cannot come forward until this piece of things is gone and has been removed from your life. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to make that judgment call. It's going to be up to you to pull the plug. I keep feeling this, waiting for, maybe they'll do it. Maybe they'll give me a hint, or they'll do something really hurtful that releases me, or da-da-da-da-da. No, it's going to have to be up to you, because this person will sit and stew in it for as long as you allow them to. This King of Swords, this Emperor, whatever this is going to continue for as long as you let it continue. At the end of the day, this is going to have to be your judgment call. And listen to your intuition, because our intuition doesn't lie to us. Your intuition knows. It knows what's up. It knows what's best for you. It's been speaking to you. Trust it. And you are not stuck in anything. Change isn't easy. It doesn't mean that walking away is going to be a peach and everything's going to flow in the right direction. There's going to be bumps along the way. But that doesn't mean you have to stay stuck. You have the power to leave, and you have the power to choose. You have an opportunity here to take back that Emperor position for yourself, and to be that for yourself, to be that force and that power for yourself. And you are having that call to be able to do that. And it's like, once you're able to do that, once you're able to take that step and find that empowerment for yourself, it is the first step in that Wheel of Fortune turning, because now you're starting to clear out space to allow new blessings to come forward by releasing the toxicity that's not serving you and is taking up your time and your energy and your emotions. All right, guys, good luck.